Hey everyone, it's Crystal here with your June 24th, 2020 daily tarot reading. In this reading, we're picking up on the overall spiritual energy of the day. And today we have the Hierophant, the Three of Swords, the Six of Wands, and we have Grand Cross, which is also similar to the Nine of Wands in tarot. And we will break this down. All right. So the Hierophant being the first card out, first off, anytime the Hierophant is present, I always say you do better by just doing it by the book. You know, make sure that you're not doing any crazy riding around without like, I know it sounds weird, but like car insurance and like the Hierophant just wants you to be on top of whatever it is that you should be doing. It doesn't want you to slack because the Hierophant wants order and it wants to do things the more conventional way of doing things. So whenever we have this energy present, yes, it's great because it gives us structure when it comes to like business and when it comes to anything we need to get organized. But it can be annoying because it can be like a higher up trying to come down on you. It can be, you know, just if you're going to work, making sure that you don't slack today. Now, I'm not saying you have to be fearful, no, but just if you normally kind of slack off at a certain time of the day, I wouldn't do it today because the Hierophant wants order. And yes, it's annoying sometimes because these people who demand order don't even know the job. Some people who demand order don't know what it takes to put forth what it is that you bring every single day. So just do things in a more calm, patient, slow manner. Now the next card that we have is, and the Hierophant can also be relationships. So watch it because your relationships can be provoked or they can be tested on a day like this. Who's in power, who's in control, all of that kind of stuff, which can get messy. And so there we have the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords is definitely a card that emphasizes sorrow or some type of heartbreaking situation. Now, the way that you work through this is through healing, is through realizing that even though you might think of something negative that you don't want to necessarily think about, or you might have just been faced with something that has completely, you know, hurt the structure that you have in your life some way. But after pain comes healing, I know every day just can't be sunshine and rainbows, but this day is 50-50. It actually is a pretty fair day. You have to be careful because anytime we have these energies, you could be extra pushed, extra irritated, extra feeling like you need to act in anger and things like that. But you know, we don't want to be the hurt people who hurt people. Our purpose as light workers is people who are on a spiritual path trying to grow. I'm not saying that everything always doesn't need some type of reaction. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes things do need a reaction. Sometimes you do need to stand up for yourself, but you have to pick your battles. And so the Three of Swords today just says, be prepared. If you do pick that battle, you might possibly get your feelings hurt on a day like this. Me personally, I like to go with the flow. I don't like to argue with people, but there are plenty of times in my life where I've had to stand up for myself. And even when you're going through a hurtful situation, that also takes standing up for yourself. It is so hard to keep going. Even a lot of people suffer from drug abuse and things like that because it's easier to just cope the pain. This isn't a day to cope the pain. You'll provoke it even more. That's why anytime you go through a 12-step program or any type of abuse, drug abuse program, alcoholism program, a lot of times or even let's just go mental illness. Let's say you're going through depression or PTSD. One of the main things that they say is that you have to avoid drug use. Like nothing can get handled, sorted, situated. That is the number one thing that they tell you a lot of the times will keep you in that pain because you're just masking it. You're not really nurturing it, healing it, facing it. You're facing it, but you're masking it. So we have to be careful not to do that. Now, the next card we have is the Six of Wands. This is saying, oh no, there's plenty of victories. You see these candles, they're dressed with like beautiful flowers. The six of wands or the six of fire is always a celebration. So it's like almost celebrate yourself for the pain that you have been through and the things and the milestones that you've been able to overcome. And through that comes the victory, comes the promise. And then and I'm going to get back to the Six of Wands in a little bit, but I think this all ties in with the Grand Cross that we have here, which is pressure, discipline, frustration, growth, defensiveness, competition, but victory. So, because the Grand Cross pretty much makes you feel like you're being pulled in every which direction. It can feel like you aren't getting things done. People who have Grand Crosses in their astrology chart at birth, they feel like I keep trying to move forward and I get pulled back 10 steps. Like, why is this happening? Why is this constant push and pull in my life? And it's because it is the victories that I guess it's almost like honoring the small steps. Yes, you might have not been able to get everything on your to-do list or your bucket list done, but honor yourself for the little things that you've been able to do. But you do have to be careful because the Grand Cross energy, and I didn't look into the astrology, but I'm just going based off the cards. It is frustrating. It is this moment of feeling like I'm at my wit's end. I need to give up. I don't know if I can do this. And of course, the Six of Wands is here saying that you can do it. You can have a victory, but on a day like this, you have to be careful not to repeat pain cycles or pain patterns. You don't want to get yourself out of a situation or prematurely leave a relationship. You know you're not really ready to leave. I would not suggest it today. If you are absolutely not 100% sure that you have learned the lesson of that love relationship, I would not leave on a day like this because you'll find yourself right back in it. And that is annoying. Okay. Now, this energy does help keep you realistic and focused. And I think that that's why we're more so like have the Hierophant. Hierophant is Taurus energy. It's strong, it's powerful. It's grounded in earth. And when we're grounded and we're focused, okay, since I've listened to this daily reading, I know that I can have plenty of victories on a day like this, but I have to stay focused. If I allow myself to get caught up in the pain and the hardships of life that will never end. Life is forever suffering, like they say, but it is also forever blessed. You can also find these moments to really appreciate life, and or on days like this, I would just say stay super focused on Taurus like things, what I value, what I love, cooking good meals, anything, being more business oriented, not getting hurt by even if something happened in business that I didn't want it to happen, just focusing on my victories and staying focused on the task. And maybe that's getting up, getting dressed, taking a shower, cleaning up my space and meditating, and then maybe going to the store or not even going to the store. Like, don't put so much pressure on yourself. Focus on what you can. For some of us, it will be work. For some of us, it will be, you know what, I need to get this paper written. I need to send out some emails. I need to clear out my whatever it might be. Have that focused energy, no matter what it is. You could focus on painting a picture. Whatever it is, focus on it. Now with the Hierophant, it does help if it's something that you love, that makes you feel appreciated, something that makes you feel stable and comfortable. That would be one of the better things, or the things that keep structure in your life. So I think that would really help you. And that's how you attain these victories on a day like this. Instead of finding yourself being provoked and pulled in painful, hurtful situations. So yes, we find the good in every day. And of course, we'll find it in this day also. I have a feeling there's a lot going on in the background that we're not aware of just within the world and society and politics. But that's why we stay spiritually grounded, because that's true in its own respect. So we'll keep pushing. We'll stay focused on a day like this. And I will talk to you all tomorrow.